Item number 13, looks like Mr. Gale, interim director, deputy city manager on here, interim director of developmental services, AB 1600.
Right.
The good news on 1600.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council members. I'm here before you this evening to present to recommend the adoption of a resolution and authorize the mayor to sign a development impact fee collection agreement that would be between the city and the county. Real briefly very, very briefly as it relates to impact fees. Impact fees are overseen by a state law called AB 1600. Both the city and the county go through a process to adopt impact fees. And at a future meeting, we can go into the details of exactly how impact fees are adopted and specifically how the city's impact fees were adopted. In this case, the city actually has a sphere of influence, which takes in this whole map. However, our city limits are that little tiny line. I guess it's not the best. So anyways, our city limits are smaller, right, than our sphere of influence. And our impact fees are based upon the build out of the entire sphere of influence. And so the city and county have worked together, and the county collects the city impact fee within our sphere of influence. Outside that, the county collects their impact fee. Additionally, the city collects a fee for the county, and that pays for certain county facilities, criminal justice, their general facilities. There's 3 items and levies. So this has gone on for many years, well over a decade. And for the last few years, there has not been the exchange of funds that the city has collected for the county and the county has collected for the city. And the county has asked us to enter into an agreement. This agreement was presented before the Board of Supervisors at their December 4th meeting, and it was unanimously approved. If the council were to move forward with this agreement, which is not agreeing to what the fee amounts are, but if we adopted this, the city and county would then exchange the funds that we've collected to date. And then in the future, on an annual basis, those funds would be transferred back and forth between the city and county. In very, very rough numbers, we've collected over $1 million in fees for the county, and they've collected in the $700,000 to $800,000 for the city. Impact fees are used for the one-time cost of new development on the community. So for example, you have a police station, and there's been a calculation of what size of station you need to provide services for the residents. And as a new person comes to the community, there's been a calculation of how that's been determined. The impact fees that the county are collecting for us, just to put them out there, is a fire protection, road, Parks and Rec, and levy. And what we collect for the county is general government, criminal justice, and health and social services. So that's those are the fees that we collect. Again, tonight the action is to adopt the resolution and allow the mayor to sign an agreement between the city and county. We can then transfer the funds that we have, which we could actually already do today, but we were waiting on the county to adopt this so that they'll transfer our funds. And then on an annual basis, it'll set up a process that we provide an accounting of what fees we collected, and then we will transfer those funds on an annual basis. So I can answer any questions that the city council might have.
Very good.
Through the mayor, not necessarily related to the matter at hand, but just curious when we might be taking a look again at the AB 1600 fees.
So we were talking in possibly January of next year, I was going to say this year, of having a special workshop with the city council. I'll work with the city clerk to identify a date. This was a discussion we actually had today, and so hopefully we can find a date that works for the entire city council, and we'll have a consultant come in and describe how the impact fees are put together, have the discussion of updating the impact fees, what would that impact have. So that's something we want to do in January, Councilmember.
Thank you.
Through the mayor, so on the same relation of the impact fees, once we have that conversation, how often are they reviewed or updated by our staff besides the council?
So it just depends. Historically, what cities have done is a large portion of our impact fees are transportation based. So if you would update your traffic model within your general plan, you'd want to go back and update your impact fees. There have been times throughout, I think the last time we updated was 2008. 2008, there have been times that items have been brought back before the city council where the fees have been adjusted. But that's up to the city council, can ask for that, obviously it's at any time. But the last time that there was a comprehensive update was 2008. Historically, they're usually done around general plan changes, comprehensive general plan updates, or major elements that dictate what the fees are, or that would change what those fees are.
Thank you.
Question? All right. I think that's a great place to start, Darren, is where you just mentioned the workshop in January. It gives us a foundation of what the fees are, why they are, and what our options may be moving forward. So I think that's a great first step. So thank you for that suggestion. Looking for action from anybody.
I motion that we adopt the resolution and authorize the mayor to sign the agreement.
I'll second.
All right. Motion is second to approve staff recommendation.
Through the mayor.
I'm sorry, would anybody like to comment on that?
Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
No. No, I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Force of habit. Yes? Yes, sir, come on forward. We'll get that down eventually. Yeah.
Okay. I had a simple question. Why can't the county collect their own fees and the city collect their own fees?
That's a very good question. Darren, would you mind answering that?
Customer service.
There you
We'd
go.
rather not send people to two different facilities. We can collect the fees right here. And it's a great partnership between the city and county.
Very good. Does that answer your question, sir? And question I had real quick, and thank you for the opportunity for Mr. Byrne to speak. The agreement is simply memorializing and formalizing what we're doing anyway. Is that correct? Nothing's
Correct.
different. All right. Fair enough. How far did we get? We had a motion and a second?
We did.
All right. Anybody in favor? We're all in favor? All right. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate it.
Wait, we have.
What? Go ahead. Say
Aye.
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 All right. Let's see.